Welcome to AnSRS4U Express, Acknowledgement of Federal Funding. This short lesson will help you know what steps to take as a PI to meet the federal requirements of publicly acknowledging federal funding. Acknowledgement of federal funding is important because this is a requirement in accordance with Public Law 101-166, Section 511, known as the Stevens Amendment. It is also important because it publicly acknowledges the contributions of the U.S. taxpayer through our federal agencies. And it also is an opportunity to openly recognize our federally sponsored research achievements. Principal investigators should review the terms of their awards to determine if the sponsor requires disclaimers or additional acknowledgments and determine if the sponsor requires any specific wording. Non-federal sponsors may also have requirements for acknowledgments and/or disclaimers. Where should it be acknowledged? The NIH Grants Policy Statement outlines requirements for acknowledging federal funding in the following products when describing projects or programs funded in whole or in part with the NIH funds. Research publications, press releases, and other public statements. Other publications or documents about research that is funded with federal funding. It also must be orally acknowledged during all news media interviews, including popular media such as radio, television, and news magazines. What are the statements and disclaimers? Recipients are required to state the percentage and dollar amounts of the total program or project costs financed with federal money. And number 2, the dollar amount of the cost financed by non-government sources. This would be for only programs that require cost sharing. Here's an example of what NIH requires. The acknowledgement must include the following 3 statements. Number 1, a specific acknowledgement of NIH grant support, such as research reported in this publication or press release was supported by, insert the name of the institution or center of the National Institutes of Health under award number. Specify the specific NIH grant number. If you have more than one grant, only cite the grants that supported the research described in the article or presentation. Number 2, an acknowledgement of the level of NIH funding that indicates the percentage and dollar amounts of the total program or project costs financed with federal money and the percentage and dollar amount of the total costs financed by non-governmental sources. Number 3, a disclaimer that says the content is solely the responsibility of the authors and does not necessarily reflect the official view of the National Institutes of Health. Recipients should only acknowledge federal awards on publications or other statements when the activities that contributed to that publication directly arise from the award and are within the scope of the award being acknowledged. When considering whether acknowledgement is necessary, ask yourself, did the personnel activity supported by the award contribute to the publication? Did the award support the conduct of experiments or the analysis of data that contributed to the publication? Is there a clear and apparent link between the work described in the publication with the aims and objectives of the grant? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, cite the appropriate federal agency's support.